be good to go.
Yep. Can you hear us, Network Capital?
Yes, I can. I surely can.
Oh, okay. Let's get started then. A warm welcome, everybody, for this WorldCoin Talk Spaces. I'm Glenn, your host. Today we have joining us Network Capital. We'll go into the project and everything shortly. But first, can you give us your background and experience? That'd be great.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Jonathan, and I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders of Network Capital. Now, to put it simple, I'm a trader, okay, in the crypto market. I have a lot of experience trading with several tokens, both in the decentralized market and the decentralized platform. I spent quite a few time exploring different projects, exploring different features and other kind of stuff that crypto projects try to offer to the space. And I just basically created this with the help of other people, a couple of friends that invested some of their money just with the idea to bring something that people can trust once again when it comes to anything related to crypto. Why are we doing this? Well, just because of the fact that we see the crypto space in such a decadent state right now, and we don't like what we're seeing. Network capital is created as a way to give everyone that is involved in the crypto market. That includes you, CoinTalk, well, CoinTalk. We have followed your group for quite some time as well. I know your community for more than a year. I know all of the big names that are mostly around Telegram and Twitter, like Caesars, like Binance, Colon, and all of the big names that are there. And I really admire your work because you help people find good investment, good crypto projects, and you basically try to sort people out and you give them an idea of what to invest and what not. And yes, we already know that the crypto space is full of garbage, is full of scams and such, and we don't like to see any of that. So that is why we are launching Network Capital. We're doing this to give the whole community. That is why our main focus is not to reach a certain price, because we have the price of the token just stable right now. It has been kept stable around the $2. We know that we can make the token grow even more in value, but we're keeping it stable. And if there's any sales, we are buying a little bit. We are trying a lot of marketing out there just to keep the staking, keep giving rewards to people. Talking about this staking is currently giving a 5.3% of daily rewards depending on your investment. That is, that if you put right now $1,000, you will get in just 2 weeks the double of your investment. You will get $2,000, okay, your investment and your reward. And yeah, that's basically why we are doing all of this. It's just a love letter to the crypto space and all the community and all the people that is trusting in the project right now. That being said, yes, this is just one of the phases that we're launching at the moment. It's just a staking, and to put it simple, it's just sort of like a smart feature of what is our biggest plan. Because our biggest plan is to launch a decentralized platform, something similar to Binance or something like that. And yeah, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of people to launch something that is as big as Binance and to have it made successful, especially with so many scams out there and so many scandals like the FTS and such. But yes, like this is just like the staking right now is just a small feature of our bigger plan. That being
Okay.
said, we are also working on launching NFTs in the near future. And let me mention as well that we have a warehouse and we're mining crypto right now to generate some profit for us. And we are expecting to make these warehouses available to the public, to the investors, so they can invest in our warehouses and make this project like sort of an official company outside of the token. Like we're trying to make the warehouses mining crypto like another type of investment in which people is going to actually invest in this actual place and that is generating crypto. Uh, so yeah,
Okay.
network has one project, and we have the most proficient people that we could find in the space to launch something that can regain the trust of investors. And sorry if I've been talking too much. It's just that I'm just like this. I like to talk and talk and talk, and I'm really
You're
project.
passionate about the project, I imagine. Let's start with the staking because you're releasing the tokens over the first 4 months. So not all the tokens have been minted. So the staking is basically sustainable because, yeah, this is what you're getting from the staking. You're actually minting the token percentage of that. Yeah.
Excuse me, can you repeat that? I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, sure. I'm talking about the staking. You're releasing the tokens over the first 4 months through staking, so it's it's sustainable because you're doing it that way. I think 45% of the tokens are being released through the staking pool. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. So we are releasing a little bit to the staking of the token are being added to the staking. Um, and yeah, as I mentioned, there's some sales right now. There's some people that is selling. There's some people that don't really trust the project. Well, we don't worry about that because at the end of the day, we are still investing in our own token. We are buying back our tokens, and we're not actually selling none of those tokens. The staking right now is just something that we are doing to prove that things can be done right. Because there's a lot of stakings out there that they reach a certain amount of time and they just end up dying because people remove the pool. The, they just allow a lot of people to buy and just drain the token, drain the liquidity or such, or they're just basically scans and they're running their staking. What we're doing here right now is that we have given the people a realistic amount of time um, for them to withdraw their investment. Because let's be honest, most of the stakings only last around 3 to 4 months. And that being said, we are actually mentioning a lot of times in our Telegram community, and that's why I suggest you to go and join our Telegram community right now to get more informed about everything that we have to offer. Is that is if in any case that the staking uh, is going to last um, a little less. Okay, it's not going to last like for 4 months. We're actually expecting it to last for 4 months, but realistically, that can not be the case as well. That is why, in the case that is taken doesn't get to the point that it can last for too long, we're going to be informing all the community. That is why it is pretty important to be informed about every news that we have to offer. That being the case as well, we are always telling to our investors when we're going to launch any marketing with certain communities. Like uh, we told to our investors in hand beforehand that we are going to have the CMA with your community, which made people really excited. And this gave a huge advantage to people from our community to actually reinvest in the token, expecting to that this EMA generates a huge profit for them in the long term. And of course, we cannot deny people the ability to trade the token. They have to be allowed to trade the token. and we don't have any problem with that. But we invite everyone to actually stake your tokens and generate your daily rewards, because this is something that is actually costing us money as well. We're actually losing money. We are not making anything out of this. And I wish more people would trust in us in the fact that we are just giving money away because we want this to succeed. I'll be honest. I'm just to the point that I'm about to give money away in the middle of the street or something like that. Because this is something that we're just making out of pure love for the crypto community. So yeah, this staking is being really successful right now.
Well, it's nice to offer the community, a percentage of the company as you're building it and you're passionate about it. So for the staking, everyone can get 160% a month in extra tokens, which is great. So can we go into the 4 solar mining farms you've got in Colorado? Are there tokens being mined now, and in the future you're looking to offer investors, if you hold the token, is it where the mining rig rental contracts for investors as well?
Excuse me, can you repeat that as well? I couldn't listen to you. Sorry.
Sorry, I was just asking about the 4 solar mining farms. Is the token, are the tokens being minted there at the moment? Mine, should I say? It's in Colorado, these 4 solar mining farms, and it's also going to be opened up for mining rig rental contracts for investors in the future.
Yeah, so we are actually based in Colorado, United States. We believe that it's the best country to launch one of these projects because it generates more confidence to the investors. To be based in such a country that gives more opportunities and gives more money to the people that is just starting from the bottom. And yeah, we're generating more tokens. We're trying to implement a like generate our own tokens by farming them, but that is not the case right now. We're just mining like Ethereum and such and other currencies. We're not mining our token right now. Excuse me, I received a call.
But are you planning to sell the Ethereum and do buybacks for the network capital token with the mining rigs?
Yes, exactly, and we're doing that, and we just the whole intention of keeping the token float and around the same price, around just $2 for the moment. Maybe we can allow the token to raise a little bit more in price in the following days, but our main goal is the staking right now.
Okay, I see. So, yeah, if we can explain to the investors, so they stake, is there a minimum amount to stake, and then that will be 160% a month of more tokens they'll get from the staking pools by staking them. Is there a minimum amount of time to stake? Is it open, unlocked, locked?
Okay, so this is pretty interesting, and we allow everyone to withdraw their staking, their investment at any time. There's not any locking time. It's just this little detail that we made as a way to assure the sustainability of the project, and that is that once you're stake, you have to wait 24 hours before withdrawing your rewards. And once you receive these rewards, if you wait other 24 hours, that is, for example, another whole day, you are going to keep receiving the reward based on your first investment. And that being said, there's basically no compounding. Like other stakings allow people to compound, and when they do that, you're basically just adding your tokens that were given as a reward and is taking them as well automatically. So yeah, in order for people to reinvest their tokens, the rewards that they got, they have to withdraw both their first investment and have to withdraw their rewards in case that people want to receive even more in rewards. By adding the first reward that they got, they will have to withdraw everything. But in the case that I don't know if you don't really want to visit the page that much, that you just want to have a passive income without looking at the token for too much. We know that there's people that don't really want to spend uh, their whole day just thinking about their investment in such a way and visiting the page every time. You can just leave your tokens being staked and just wait for a month uh, until your investment turns into 160% of in gains in rewards as well. The thing is that once you decide to withdraw your investment, it has to be all. It has to be your first investment plus your rewards. Otherwise, it's going to show at zero. You're only going to be able to withdraw your first investment and not your rewards. So you have to withdraw everything in case that you're planning to do that.
I see. And can you reinvest the daily rewards back into the staking as well to get more tokens in the future? Can you sort of compound it in a way?
Yes, but you have to withdraw your rewards plus your first investment in order for that to work. Because our staking has a system that if you just try to withdraw a certain amount, there is a penalty that is going to show your rewards as being just zero. You're going to lose your rewards if you don't withdraw the whole amount. So that is pretty important that every investor, when they're trying to withdraw, that they withdraw everything that they had in the staking.
I see. And your ownership has been renounced. I was wondering why you chose to do that at the start of the project.
Exactly. The contract is totally renounced. We don't have any. We don't have any rights to mess with any of the debts. We can report. We cannot do any of that. The only thing that we can do is buy back and throw some marketing out there in order to keep the token stable.
I see. And can we go into the tokenomics, the buy and sell tax? I think the buy tax is 0% and the sell tax is 5%. What breakdown is, and the tokenomics breakdown as well.
Okay, so the token just currently has a 0% of taxes when you're going to buy the token. We're not going to charge anything, but that is just when buying the token on PancakeSwap or PuCoin in default. But when you're trying to sell the token, it's going to charge a 5% tax. There is a little bit of fee that is taking page is asking as well. That is around $1 or $2 as well. I'm not really sure what that amount was selected. That was the work of the programmers with another co-founder. But yeah, part of the fee that you're charged when investing in this staking is around $1 or $2, and that is going to a wallet that is going to use those tokens to burning.
Okay,
about the tokenomics, another point is that we only have like 1 million tokens, and this is just to keep the economy easy to adjust, easy to keep it stable. And in case that the day that we decide to allow for the token to reach a bigger price, that is going to be probably when the staking gets to a point that we decided that it's not going to be like of our interest for keeping it afloat. That is when we're going to allow the token to reach a higher price, but that is not right now in our plans. In our plans is just to allow people to stake their tokens and to keep the price in a stable around $2 at the moment.
Okay, I see. And you're planning in the future a prepaid debit card. Will that be virtual and physical? And which countries will investors be able to get the debit card?
Yes, that is something that we're looking upon, but in the following months, that is not something that is going to come right now because yeah, we're working in so many features right now We are mostly focused in the staking at the moment, and we are developing a centralized exchange. And we are working as well on developing a credit or debit card related to crypto, in which you are going to be able to use either our tokens or BUSD or USDT. You are going to be able to withdraw your money from any ATM machine that is allowing the exchange of cryptocurrency, or buy any goods and other things that you would like to buy using the card that we are going to launching in the following months. But everything is at a step by step. So yeah, right now it's just staking. Then it's going to be the centralized exchange. Then it's going to be the the card that we are developing in order for allow users to buy products using our token.
Okay, great. Yeah, you've got a lot planned on the roadmap there. The NetC exchange, the NetC sale, that's a launch pad, and the prepaid debit card. I'm wondering what size the core team is, how many developers you've got on board, and the extended team at Network Capital.
We got a lot of people involved, especially when it comes to private investors. A lot of them, mostly the co-founders. We are four co-founders. Okay, I'm the CEO and the main voice, and the one that represents the project the most, and the one that mostly talks about the project itself. But in reality, there are other three people involved in this. Um, those are listed in our staff in the community. Um, yeah, we're just basically four people that decided to launch this because we made so much money in the previous years with the crypto space, just by trading, just by taking the right decisions. And it is no, I'm not kidding when I'm saying that we have over $1 million just to keep this project afloat and to keep working for more marketing and such. We're doing this just because we wanted to launch something to allow people to receive like a benefit by trusting in us. We have a group of programmers, the best programmers that we could find to develop the websites and to create every feature that we can launch in the project. I don't know if I'm exactly allowed to mention their names, but yeah, these are people that we have known for quite a while, and they had developed, or they have helped to develop other projects in the past, but they're mostly focused just in helping us launching this project.
Okay, great. And I think some of the team's doxed, and you've done your KYC as well.
Yeah. So we have plenty of KYCs. We had a KYC with Pinkcell, and we had a lot of more. It's just that we have so many that I cannot remember the names of the company right now. I think Solidity was one. Sorry, I cannot remember the names of the companies we had an audit with.
No problem. And there's a timeline as well. I was reading on the white paper, you're going to launch on Bitmart, Gate.io, and LBank as well. What sort of timeline is that for the launches on the central exchanges?
Excuse me, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, you're planning central exchange launches on Bitmart, Gate.io, and LBank. I was reading on the white paper. I'm wondering what the timeline is for the launches on the central exchanges.
Okay, so recently we were planning to launch to have our token listed on Bitmart on the 20th of this month, but unfortunately that was not possible because that came in contact with the fact that we're launching this staking right now, and we firstly planned to get the token listed on Bitmart by the end of this month. But yeah, well, right now we changed the plan and we started to focus more in the staking. So Bitmart is probably going to come out by the end of February or the end of March, depends on for how long this staking is going to last. We hope it lasts at least 4 months that we have planned in the first place. But right now, that's all we can say about it. We're going to try to get our token listed in all these changes that we can, but all these centralized exchanges are asking for either more holders for more volume, and such. And as you know, if people is staking in our page, that means that they are no longer any a holder, because people tend to take all of their tokens. So there's a lot of people that were actually holders for a little period of time until they decided to stake all of their tokens. Then they stop being holders, and at the same time they stop trading the token and just receiving the passive income. So that made it difficult for us to actually get listed on decentralized exchanges, but we're hoping that we get listed there when we've stopped with the staking and just let the token be tradable and launch another marketing more focused on making of having people trade the token to generate more volume and probably um, gain the interest once again of decentralized exchanges.
I see. And after the first stage of staking, I was reading on the white paper, you're going to move to staking with BUSD.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And what's the marketing plans over the next quarter so investors can get that great return, 5.33% a day staking? And how are you going to get the name out there for Network Capital over the next quarter?
Okay, for the moment, we had just had some marketing, but in a more passive meaning of the word. That means that we have paid for some promotions, but mostly written. I think this is our first EMA. No, excuse me. This is our second EMA. Our first EMA was with Binance Live the last month. I don't know. I'm going to give you a hint for the people that is listening right now, but tomorrow we're going to have another EMA that is going to be announced after this one. It's going to be with a huge community, with a pretty big community on Telegram. You can find out later if you join our Telegram community or Twitter as well. Yeah, right now we're just starting with the EMAs with big names as your community as well. We're paying for banners. We're paying for promotions in pages like Bookcoin. You can see our banner if you go down to the page. And yeah, we're basically doing our best. We have made a lot of competitions as well. Recently, we have a shilling competition where we $130 to the person that promoted it or talking the most on Twitter. And to anyone that was promoting or talking on Telegram, we were giving them a chance to win one of our amazing prizes. We have given away more than $1,000 so far. Just gifting money to attract more people and to give people the opportunity to invest in our staking. We are also doing. This is something that I mostly do just to keep the community hype, and that is that we're having EMAs almost daily. We're having an EMA one day, and then the other one we are having any EMA in our own community. But we're trying to keep our community updated almost daily, so they can be sure that we have not abandoned the project, that we are constantly there, that we're constantly working. And so that is why we like to talk almost every day through EMAs, we allow people just to ask us anything. And if there's anything that we would like to mention in our community, I'm sure to address it there in front of everyone on live with me just speaking like I'm doing to you right now.
Okay, great. Let's open the floor for questions. Let's see. Aisha, you had a question for Network Capital. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. So, I've read on your white paper that Network Capital is backed by a registered company and a New York based active bank. Can you tell us which registered company and New York based bank is backing Network Capital? Are they seed investors in Network Capital?
I think Heisha having problems trying to speak.
Oh, could you repeat?
I cannot hear her.
Let's move on to Venice. That's another speaker we have. You had a question for Network Capital. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Glenn. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Actually, while I was going through the white paper, I came to know that you have plans for other utilities in Network Capital, and I want to know that how do you guys plan to address issue faced by the crypto community using prepaid card when trading crypto for fiat via any ATM and also with the zero fee. So how do you plan to achieve this?
Mm, I didn't quite get it. I think that you asked about the card, the debit card, but I didn't quite get the question. I didn't understand it.
Yeah, I'm asking about a prepaid card. That how would you achieve that those prepaid card? Because we know that uh, there are some issues faced by the crypto community when they use prepaid card when trading it with fiat, like with US dollar or pounds or euro. And also it is mentioned that you guys will be providing the service with zero fee. So I was trying to ask that how would you achieve this specifically with zero fee, and how would you just address the issue related to prepaid cards?
Okay, so that's pretty interesting as well. Let's see. The development of the card is not even in its early stage. Um, we are actually just developing the centralized exchange right now, so we are not so focused on the cards that I'm guessing are going to come later this year, maybe at the end of this year. But yeah, we're just having some partnerships with some big names that are dedicated to the creation of these cards. I don't know. I mean, if you have owned a Binance credit cards, it is similar to that. So this is just going to be a card that is going to be linked to our token, or maybe we're going to develop a second token. Who knows? Because right now the one that we have is mostly focused with the staking and with trading. So maybe our card is going to be connected to another token, or maybe just is going to allow you to trade or buy products with USDT or BUSD. We don't know so far. We have to wait a little bit more in order to answer those sort of questions.
Yeah, I completely understand that. Okay, let's talk about the exchanges. As you mentioned, you guys are working on it. So I read that you guys have been digging deep into the other exchanges. So I want to know that how does Network Capital Exchange differentiate itself from other top exchanges in the industry? Because we have seen there are some really good exchanges like Binance. They are developing it, and they are focusing on education and other things as well. So people are using Binance in some countries, and other exchanges are really doing fine. So what limitations you guys see that you guys are trying to cover it with your exchange?
Okay, so we know it is a pretty big market and there is a lot of competition. There is Bitmart, there is Gate.io, but all of this works through promotion and through the hard work and the dedication that the developers throw into the project. It is pretty difficult, especially with things like FTX, and there's a lot of complications. Like you realize the move that Binance had with the downfall of FTX when Binance stated that it was going to sell all the FTX token that he had, and that made the project die. So we are aware that it's pretty difficult. But we're pretty sure that we're starting from this mold that we can actually achieve a name as high as the one of Binance. I don't know if Crypto.com is still out there. Maybe we can reach their fame, their amount of fame in the near future, and let's just moving step by step, making people be sure that our that our that our exchange is just as good as any other, if not even better. That being said, we are also going to allow people to trade other sort of investments, like not just crypto. We are going to implement the stock exchanges as well. So this is something that is actually pretty new. I don't have seen any other crypto exchange allowing the to involve with when we are developing our centralized exchange.
Yeah, I understand your answer. Okay, I was also wondering, is there any plan to provide incubation and help startups navigate the technical challenges as well? Because you are developing exchanges and also have plans for a token launch platform. So, any plans to incubate new projects or startups under the supervision of your team or under the umbrella of your project?
Okay, so yeah, we are developing something that is going to be similar to PingCell, for example, and we have a dedicated team that is going to analyze all the tokens that are going to be launched in our exchange. That being said, we had not picked any project so far. We have not reached that part yet. That is going to come later after we release the centralized exchange.
Okay, got it. And one last thing, I want to clear it up from you. I read that you guys expect to establish a community of over a million members, so every launch can be successful. As you mentioned, you are trying to make a platform like Pinksail. So I think I want to know that how do you plan to build a community that is educated enough that they can understand the potential of projects that are being launched on your platform, so they can their investments or they can contribute in
Well, all of that is just through promotion. That is by demonstrating that we are actually a successful developing team that is actually living up to what we are offering to the crypto space. And that is why our basic strategy is just doing things right and to throw our name out there. Um, we are a team of honest people. We are not here just to for the profit, or we are not here just to mess with people. We're here just to make things right. So who knows? Maybe we could fail in the future. We cannot predict what's going to happen in the future. But what I can assure you is that we're going to do our best to succeed in in launching everything that we are developing right now. And yeah, that's basically it. There's not much to say to it. All when at the end of the day, it just comes to proving little by little that we are doing our best to in everything that we have to do. Um, and yeah, right now the staking is being taken advantage of by our community. Around 6,000 people that has taken their tokens. And yeah, all these people can assure you that they have gained huge profit in the last couple of days. This staking has several days right now, and we are just keeping it afloat. We are keeping the token stable, and the staking is working wonderfully.
Okay, I think Venice was having a problem with his mic there. Thank you very much for the questions. Let's go back to Asia. You had a question, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. Can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah, you're coming through okay.
Okay. Excuse me. I've read on your white paper that Network Capital is backed by a registered company and a New York based active bank. Can you tell us which registered company and New York based bank is backing Network Capital? Are they seed investors in Network Capital?
Excuse me, can you repeat the question? I didn't quite get it. I think that you asked about which company is backing network capital in New York, but there was something else that I didn't quite get.
Yeah, exactly. I asked that.
Okay, so network capital is actually just being backed by a company that we established where our funds are being stored, the funds of the co-founders, and that company is basically just our own. There's not like another entity behind us. Just that's our main company is just us, of ourselves, and we had our funds through that company, and we take what we can in order to keep paying for the development of our project.
Okay. I can see that you are also planning on developing your own centralized exchange. I was thinking, will you have your own liquidity for your exchange or you will be getting liquidity from Binance exchange?
No, we're going to get our liquidity out of by ourselves, and this is going to work. We're going to do this job by ourselves. In case that we need like another plan, like you mentioned, liquidity from Binance, that is something that we will look upon in the future. But right now, we are doing all of this on our own.
Got it. Okay, it's mentioned on your white paper that you will be hosting an NFT pre-sale. Each one of them will have different values depending on its rarity levels. This is intended to be a product that will constantly make money for investors since its purchase. The art theme is a big productive enterprises such as Coca-Cola. I was thinking as art theme of NFTs will be based on big enterprises like Coca-Cola. Don't you think this can cause any legal trademark issues?
Uh, yes, actually, you're right. Maybe it could cause um, some legal issues in the future. That is why the NFTs are just being considered in what we can launch and what we cannot. The reality is that the NFTs are going to vary in value, and the more expensive the NFTs you own, the more passive income you will receive, and the more benefits you will have with our project. That means that the better the NFTs you get, the more rewards you could get from our staking, probably, or more like you can get a loan from our company to have in your credit card that we're going to launch at the end of this year.
All right. Okay, last thing for me. I can see on your roadmap in phase 4, you will be creating your own blockchain. I was thinking, what innovation and solutions will you be bringing with your blockchain?
We're expecting to have a really low fees, low gas. Okay, we're expecting it to be the fastest blockchain that there is out there. And yeah, as I mentioned, all of these features, all of these projects are just being made in order for us to prove that we can actually do it as good or as well as the other companies out there. Um, so yeah, we're just going to offer a cheap blockchain, okay, and that is going to be really fast when it comes to transactions.
Understood. Thank you. Thank you so much for answering all my questions.
No, thank you.
Thank you for the questions, Aisha. Next up, we've got Captain Levi. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity, Ken. All right. I saw on your white paper currently that there's just a supply of about 1 million tons. So I wanted to ask, is this some kind of error or is it like a strategy?
Excuse me, I didn't quite get your question.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I saw on your white paper you have a total supply of 1 million tokens. Is this some kind of strategy or is it a typographical error on the white paper?
This is just a strategy to attract more investors that are looking for a quick trade, that are thinking that if they can buy a certain amount of tokens, that they can get a really huge reward, or they can get a really huge benefit just by messing with the chart. But yeah, this is all a plan just to get more people interested in quick trading.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I just wanted to be clear on that. Okay, so the next thing that caught my attention on your white paper, is the fact that you said you developed an ecosystem of 8 projects conceived to give value to the entire network and also increase the net token value. Were these projects were they developed by your team?
What do you mean? Could you reformulate that question? I didn't understand.
Okay, so you said you have 8 projects that are in your ecosystem that are built to give value to your network. Were these 8 projects, were they developed by your team?
Okay, so every project has a different set of programmers. Okay, but I mean, every project is being analyzed by different people. But our main group of developers are mostly focused on the staking and decentralized change. These eight projects are going to come one by one throughout 2023. But right now we're mostly focused on decentralized exchange and the staking. So more information about the other ones is going to come in the future. They are being worked on by the same people, by the same programmers, but are being analyzed by different people dedicated to different things. Like we have a team dedicated to the study of NFTs, for example, for our NFT launch, and people dedicated to the study of centralized and decentralized exchanges. They're basically advisors that are helping us in the best way to program and promote all of these different features that we're going to offer in the future.
Oh, I think that answers his question. I think we lost Captain Levi there. Let's move to Ramat. You had a question for Network Capital. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
thank you, Glenn. Can you hear me, guys?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So as BUSD and USDT staking rewards will start after 4 months of the initial staking period in phase 2 and phase 3, I was wondering that do investors have to keep the initially staked token in order to in order to be eligible for the BUSD or USDT rewards, or they have to unstake and then restake the new tokens again for these rewards? How will that going to work?
We're planning to actually get some benefits to the people that decide to stake until the end of the lifespan of the current staking. But the other one that is going to come in the future, after these 4 months, maybe sooner, is completely detached from the staking that is currently open in our page.
Okay, got it. So I was going through your white paper, and it's also mentioned that you were also going to have your online VR casino. So I was thinking that will you be developing your own metaverse for creating your casino, or you are thinking about getting a land in maybe in Sandbox or Decentraland to create your virtual casino?
No, not at all, not at all. We're actually going to develop our own virtual casino. I believe that the Centraland and the Sandbox, I mean, the Sandbox is pretty entertaining, but the Centraland is basically just a joke. No one is using that. So we're actually developing our own virtual casino, not so much a metaverse, because this is going to be just a gambling platform. Like, I don't know if you know the predictions game on PancakeSwap, but we're going to offer similar games to that and many others. We are actually also considering having an aspect, an area dedicated to the betting of esports. But yeah, it's not so much a metaverse, but more of an area dedicated to gambling and betting.
Okay, okay, got it. So you said that you have these four warehouses that will soon be disposable for the user base. So I was thinking that have you also bought hardware, mining hardware rigs to be installed in these warehouses, and what will be the minimum amount do users have to pay for renting these mining rigs?
Okay, so we had not decided that yet. These warehouses are just of our own. We're mining crypto of our own just to afford, and that's our business that belongs to us. So more information about that will have to come in the future because it's not being launched at the moment.
Okay, understood. Thank you so much for answering. Over to you, Glenn.
Thanks for the questions, Rana. Back to Captain Levi. I think we lost you, but you're connected again now. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Glenn. All right, the next question I actually have was that in the introduction of the white paper, from my understanding of that introduction, I saw that you will be writing on, the all-time highs. You made mention of Bitcoin going to $150,000, and you also made mention of Ethereum also running some spikes. This is good. Riding on the wave is actually a good thing, but it becomes a disadvantage when they go down. So what happens? What will venture capital do when those major coins, well-known coins, are no longer on the high all-time high? How would you still keep your investors intact and those who and your wheels prevent your wheels from dumping?
Wow, I couldn't hear none of that. There was a lot of interference.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Just a little bit. I think there is a little bit of interference.
All right. I was asking.
Okay. Now I can hear you.
Is it okay? Sorry.
Now I can hear you.
Oh, okay, okay. So I was asking, I saw that you guys are going to ride on the wave of Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is actually a good thing because when those coins go high, every other coin follows, and they also reach their all-time high. But it's also a problem because as soon as they go low, others also follow on the downtrend. What will Network Capital do in a way? How does Network Capital plan to, follow them and ride high? But when they go low, network capital still happens to stay high. What incentives are there in place so that those who invested won't be able to move their investments?
Okay, so actually, as I mentioned at the beginning of the EMA, we're trying to keep the token stable. Uh, yeah, the token is pretty tradable right now. There's a lot of people that have been selling, but the people that had trust in the staking are receiving the benefits of the daily percenting rewards. And yeah, basically that's what we have to offer. There's not everyone is going to trust in the staking, but the people that have staked their tokens right now is receiving a lot of benefits. We cannot do anything to prevent people from selling, but if they want to, I mean, that is their decision. We don't really mind at the moment. That is not of our concern because the main feature right now is for people just to stake in our page, and just by doing that you are receiving huge benefits. We are not saying that you cannot trade the token, but we believe that right now my advice is for you to just stake the token because it's not going to move pretty much in price right now since we are keeping it stable.
All right. Thanks for answering my questions. Actually does look like a really good project. I wish you guys the very best, and I hope that the Network Capital project stays bullish onward. Over to you, Glenn.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
For the questions, Captain Levi. Yeah, we have a lot of people join the spaces in the middle of the show, so maybe if we can do a recap over Network Capital for anyone who missed the first half of the show, what's planned the Network Capital project.
Okay, so Network Capital project is just something that was created out of love for the crypto space. We are people that made a lot of money in the last couple of years through the crypto space, thanks to our trading techniques and thanks to the good investment decisions that we took. Basically, we're developing all of these features, all of these little projects that are going to be launched throughout 2023. But the thing is that we're working slowly, little by little, and we're investing our resources into launching things that can benefit the people that actually trust in us. Like right now, we have launched our staking that is giving a huge benefit, that is giving a 5.3% of daily reward to the investors, and it's going to last for what we expect or what we hope will be 4 months. Why is that? Because that is what most of the stakings usually tend to last. Maybe it will be a little less of time, and that is why we suggest you to actually join our Telegram community and our Twitter, our official Twitter, to be more informed about everything that we have to offer. We're going to launch a centralized exchange in the next couple of months as well. We're working on decentralized exchange, and we're working on a launchpad similar to the ones like Pincel. We're actually developing as well a credit and debit card for people to buy goods and products with the net card. But all of this is going to come in the future, and more information is going to come next. Right now, we're mostly focused in the staking, and I really advise you to go and buy the token. You can trade it if you want, but the best decision right now is just to stake your tokens, because this is just a gift to people that is trusting in us. The token is being kept stable, and that is our main focus at the moment. What else is there to say? Like, by buying our token, you are going to have zero fees when buying, but you're going to have a 5% in fees that you're going to lose in case that you sell the token. So that may be a little of bad news, but that is why we mostly suggest you just to stake your tokens, because this is going to give you a huge reward and huge benefits for at least the next couple of weeks that we expected to survive. I think that's pretty much it.
Okay, thanks very much. It's been great speaking to Network Capital today. Wellcoin Talk Spaces is for crypto education and research. We recommend you check out the website, the white paper, and if anyone's got any more questions, join their official socials. You'll be able to get there from the Network Capital logo that we've had today, just here. Yeah, so just click on that, and that'll take you through to the Twitter, Network Capital, and there should be links there. Is it mainly the community hangs out in Telegram?
Excuse me?
Is it mainly the community hangs out on Telegram?
Yes, the Telegram is the most active community right now. We are actually keeping the Twitter updated as well, but we suggest you to follow us mostly on Telegram. We're giving all the information beforehand through that community. So yeah, it is the best to follow us around there.
Okay, thank you very much for coming today. It's been great speaking to Network Capital. I'm looking forward to the future for the team and community. And take care. I'll finish these spaces and send over a copy for you to share with your community, and I'll send that into our main chat for our investors also.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure to be part of the Welcome Talk. It was really amazing. I've been following your community for quite some time, so it is an honor to be part of this chat with you guys.
Thank you.